So we have some problems here where we have been given some expressions, some algebraic expressions, and we have to simplify it. Now, before simplifying it, you should remember the four identities, the three identities, standard identities, and one general identity. The video link of the tutorial on identities is given in the description box below. So watch them so that you are aware of standard identities and a general identity. Now, this is a squared minus b squared whole squared. Okay, so this should remind you of the standard identity number 2. That is a minus b whole squared is equal to a squared minus 2ab plus, this is 2ab plus b squared. So here this a squared will act like a, b squared will act like b. So now if you apply this standard identity, then this will become a squared means a squared whole squared minus 2, a means a squared multiplied by b means b squared plus b squared means b squared whole squared, right? So if you solve it, this becomes a 2 multiplied by 2 minus 2 a squared b squared plus b 2 multiplied by 2. This becomes a raised to the power of 4 minus 2 a squared b squared plus b raised to the power of 4. In this second problem, we have 2x plus 5 whole squared minus 2x minus 5 whole squared. Okay, this should remind you of the standard identity number 3. That says that if you have a plus b multiplied by a minus b, then this should be equal to a squared minus b squared. This should be equal to a squared minus b squared. Okay, so here's the thing. In this case, you have to focus on this part. You have to focus on this part. Now, you can solve this by, by solving this portion, by a plus b whole squared, this algebraic, this binomial whole squared by a plus b whole squared, and this one by a minus b whole squared, right? You can simplify this by a plus b whole squared minus this one by a minus b whole squared. In that way you can solve it, but that will be a little time consuming. I am telling you much shorter way to solve this problem. What you have to do is you focus on this part, that is the standard identity number 3, that says that a plus b multiplied by a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. Okay, what if I take this whole as a and this whole as b? Now since it is squared, therefore it is a squared b squared, right? And here you have minus. So a squared minus b squared is actually a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So going by this, our a is 2x plus 5 and b is 2x minus 5. So let's do this. At the place of a, put 2x plus 5 plus at the place of b, put 2x minus 5, right? Then you have minus sign here. Sorry, this is multiplication sign. Then put at the place of a, put 2x plus 5 and minus 2x minus 5. Now if you open the bracket here, this is 2x plus 5 plus 2x minus 5 multiplied by 2x plus 5 minus 2x, and this minus means plus 5. So this gets cancelled because plus 5 minus 5 will give you 0. 2x plus 2x means 4x, and here 2x minus 2x gets cancelled. Here 5 plus 5 is 10, so this is 4x multiplied by 10, and this gives you 40x, right? So can you see how quickly you can answer this? So you should remember this standard identity number 3. I'm again repeating, if you want to proceed by like solving this as a plus b whole squared, and this one by a minus b whole squared, where a will be 2x and b will be 5, you can, but it will take a lot of time. This is 7m minus 8n whole squared plus 7m plus 8n whole squared. Now here, if you see, you have plus sign here. That's why you cannot use this standard identity number 3. If it were minus sign here, then we could apply a squared minus b squared, but here we cannot because this is plus. So what should we do in that case? Well, in that case, you have to proceed by like, here this is 7m, this is 8n, here this is 7m, this is 8n. So think that this is a and this is b in this case. So this is basically a minus b whole square, right? It's of that form. So a minus b whole squared, if you solve this, you get a minus b whole squared is what? A squared, that is 7m whole squared, minus 2ab means 7m multiplied by 8n, then plus b squared means 8n whole squared. Okay, now this plus sign here, and in this case take this one as a and this one as b. So this is basically of the form a plus b whole squared, right? So this becomes a squared, that is 7m whole squared, plus 2ab means 2 times 7m multiplied by 8n, plus b squared means 8n whole squared. This becomes 7 times 7 is 49, so 49m squared minus 2 times 7 is 14, and 14 times 8 is 14, 8, 4, 32, and 112 mn. 8 times 8 is 64, and this is n squared, right? We solve it like this: a multiplied by b raised to the power of n is actually equal to a raised to the power of n, b raised to the power of n. Same thing we have done here. Plus apply the formula for exponent. So this becomes 49 m squared plus 2 times 7 is 14, and again you have same thing, so this is plus 112 n mn, and here this is 8 times 8 is 64, n times n is n squared. Okay, now if you look at this, is minus 112 mn, this is plus 112 mn. Like terms, but exactly the same value is same, but here this is negative, so this gets cancelled. Now here you have 49m squared and 49m squared. These are like terms, and why they are like terms? Because here you have m squared and here you have m squared. You add them up, so this becomes 2, 9, 18 and 2, 4, 8, 9, 98 m squared, and then you have 64n squared and 64n squared. Like terms, you add them up, you'll get 128n squared. Okay, so you get 128n squared. Here you have 4m plus 5n whole squared and 5m plus 4n whole squared. Okay, so again here you'll apply, think of this as a think of this as b. This is of the form a plus b whole squared. So a plus b whole squared is what? A squared, it means 4m whole squared, plus 2ab means 2 times 4m multiplied by 5n, then plus b squared means 5n whole squared, right? Then this plus sign here. Now in this one, think of this as a and this as b, and this is of the form again a plus b whole squared. So a squared means 5m whole squared plus 2 times a means 5m multiplied by b means 4n plus 4n whole squared means b squared means 4n whole squared. Now this is again of the form a multiplied by b raised to the power of n is equal to a raised to the power of n multiplied by b raised to the power of n. So this is 16m squared plus 2 times 4 is 8 times 4 is 40 mn plus again using this one you get 25n squared plus using this one you will again get 25 m squared plus 2 times 5 is 10 times 4 is 40, so 40 mn, and here you have using this one you get 16n squared. Now this 16m squared and this 25m squared are like terms, so add them up you get 41m squared. Now this 25n squared and this 16n squared are like terms, you add them up you will get again 41n squared, and then this 40mn and this 40mn are like terms, so add them together you'll get 80mn. Here you have 2.5p minus 1.5q whole squared minus 1.5p minus 2.5q whole squared. Again you have this minus sign here, this is squared, this is whole squared. Instantly think of a squared minus b squared. Okay, if this comes to your mind, then this is equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b, the standard identity number 3. So if we assume that this is a, that is 2.5p minus 1.5q is a, and that is actually, this is squared, so this is a squared, and we think of this as 1.5p minus 2.5q as b, then this is b and it's squared, so this is a squared minus b squared. This should be equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So what's a plus b? If you at the place of a write 2.5p minus 1.5q, this is a plus b means 1.5p minus 2.5q. This is a plus b multiplied by, at the place of a write 2.5p minus 1.5q. This is, then you have minus, at b put 1.5p minus 2.5q, and this is close. Now if you open the bracket here you get 2.5p minus 1.5q plus 1.5p minus 2.5q, right? Okay, multiplied by 2.5p minus 1.5q minus 1.5p minus here means plus 2.5q. Okay, so this is 2.5p, this is minus 2.5q. Okay, don't get confused and don't cancel them, because here it is p and it is q. These are not like terms. Same thing is here, this is minus 1.5q and this is plus 1.5p. These are not like terms, therefore you cannot cancel them. So Basically what you have to do is now write it as, we can check here now, this is 2.5p, this is minus 1.5p. Okay, so let's do one thing, that add the like terms together. This is 2.5p, this is 1.5p, p here, like terms, add them, you'll get 2.5 plus 1.5 is 4p. Okay, then this is minus 1.5q, this is minus 2.5q. So minus 1.5q and minus 2.5q will give you minus 4q. So this becomes minus 4q. Okay, multiplied by, here you have 2.5p and minus, in this case the like term is minus 1.5p. So this will be 1p. 2.5 minus 1.5 will give you 1. So just write p here. Then minus 1.5q and this is 2.5q. So this is minus 1.5q plus 2.5q. This will give you 1q, that is q. Right? 2.5 minus 1.5 is 1. So you'll get q here. So this is p multiplied by, p plus q. This is p plus q. Okay, now if you look at this one, you can see here 4 is common with, in this particular binomial, 4 is common in both these two terms. Take 4 common. So when you take 4 common, this actually becomes p minus q. Right? This is distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. This becomes 4, take it common, 4 multiplied by p minus q. Right? Again, I'm repeating, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction, and this is multiplied by p plus q. Okay, this is now p minus q and p plus q. We can write it as 4 multiplied by p plus q multiplied by p minus q. How? Commutative property of multiplication, that says that if that it is 2 by multiplied by 3, and 2 by multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 2. So from this 4 multiplied by p plus q multiplied by p minus q, this is actually what? 4 a plus b multiplied by a minus b form. So this is 4 p squared minus q squared. Right? Remember this one? The type 3 one? So this is a plus b and a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So a plus b multiplied by a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So this is your answer. Okay. Here, this is ab plus bc whole squared minus 2ab squared c. Okay. Now first focus on this one, on this portion. So this is actually of the form, consider this whole as a, this whole as, assume that this is b. If you want to take some other variable, you can take x and y. It's not necessary to take only a and b. You can take x and y so that you don't get confused. Now it is of the form x plus y whole squared. So x plus y whole squared is what actually? X squared means ab whole squared plus 2xy means 2ab multiplied by bc, then plus b squared means bc whole squared, and this minus 2ab squared c. Now this is ab raised to the power of whole raised to the power of n is actually equal to a raised to the power of n multiplied by b raised to the power of n. So this is a squared b squared plus 2a, then b multiplied by b is b squared, and you have c here, then plus again b squared c squared, and this is minus 2ab squared c. Now if you look at this term and this term, these two are like terms. How? 2ab squared c, 2 and ab squared c is the factor here, ab squared c is the factor here, same, and this is plus and this is minus, so get cancelled, you'll get 0. Here you get a squared b squared plus b squared c squared. If you want, this is the answer. If you want to further simplify it, b is here, b squared is here, b squared is here, take b squared common, this becomes a squared plus c squared. How? The distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, this is the last one. Here you have m squared minus n squared m whole squared plus 2m cubed n squared. Okay, now again focus on this part. This is an algebraic expression. Focus on this term. If you think of this as a, let's say that this is a, okay, and let's say that this is b. So this is of the form a minus b whole squared. So this is form a minus b whole squared. It means that this is a squared, that is m squared whole squared, minus 2ab, means a is m squared, b is n squared m, then plus b squared, means n squared m whole squared, then plus 2m cubed n squared. Okay, this is m raised to power of 2 whole raised to power of 2. It's of the form a raised to power of n whole raised to power of n. This is actually equal to a n multiplied by n. So this is m 2 multiplied by 2 minus 2 m squared n multiplied by m. This is m cubed. Then you have n squared plus again of the same formula. So this becomes n squared. Now this is actually of the form a multiplied by b raised to power of n is equal to a raised to power of n multiplied by b raised to power of n. So from this becomes n squared n raised to power of 2, that is n squared whole raised to power of 2, then this is m squared plus 2m cubed n squared. This becomes m raised to power of 4 minus 2m cubed n squared. This becomes plus n 2 multiplied by 2 means 4 m squared plus 2m cubed n squared. Now m cubed n squared here is here, m cubed n squared is here. It means that these two are like terms. This is minus 2m cubed n squared, this is plus 2m cubed n squared. This gets cancelled and you'll get 0. The final result is m raised to power of 4 plus n raised to power of 4 and m squared. So this is your answer.